How do I say welcome to MIC Watch in Spanish?
Um, Welcome to MIC Watch in Spanish.
Fuck that pillar in particular.
So, this existed, I had no idea. I never messed with the single player content that much.
Extremo!
Yeah.
We're gonna get distracted by all this Spanish and not talk about this awesome game.
Combo
And
Maximo.
off the bat, we fight Omen.
Oh,
Good old Season 1. But,
yeah.
He was Season 2.
Good old Season 1, but you just fight everyone anyway because...
We're lazy.
I don't even know where to start with this. I'm immediately distracted. It's like, oh yeah, Omen had, like, Shadow Jago's theme before Shadow Jago existed. That was a
He
weird
was
thing.
an apology character because Shadow Jago was just a skin of Jago.
and then they made him a real character from that, what was it? I think they called it, like, the Real Boy Fund or something.
This game rules.
This game fucking rules, and I have a lot of attachment getting into it. Like, it was the near end of Season 2, and I conveniently had an Xbox because my brother was a Gears of War shill. So, we got it. It was free to play, and it took me a while to, like, get into it, but I eventually got into it. And going through Season 3 was, like, definitely one of the best experiences of my life.
Oh yeah, this game rules, no question.
I bought an Xbox One to play this game.
I wouldn't blame you.
I bought it under the pretense that I would use it to play other things, as well as play this, because I really wanted to play this. And, I didn't. I played Gears of War 4. It sucked. And, then they put most of their Xbox games on PC.
Yeah. They
Thanks,
put
guys.
Cuphead on PC. Oh, I could see why this video is like half an hour long. 50 golpes de malabarismo.
Sintonimo from our quick Seal Combat. I couldn't get all of it.
So yeah, they took a lot of things from the old KI and made them good. Including designs and the combo system. Like, I don't think there was a single bad redesign in this game.
Yeah, like, I have gripes with the way that they, like, modeled Tusk's teeth, but that's just like a minor gripe.
I think that's a different style.
Or maybe it's just like the lighting of like the stage he was on that made it look like his teeth were like completely flat.
Yeah, that's an entirely different part of the team. I'm talking about just the actual, just like what they came up with for characters.
Like Riptor here was like a humanoid with like a raptor head, and now that they look like an actual velociraptor, or I know velociraptors are actually a lot smaller, and I forgot the name of the dinosaur that's like actually that size.
Yeah, but she's
Yeah,
fucking great. She's a,
Oh, sorry.
she's a bionic dinosaur. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Bionicle each set sold separately.
Bionosaur. But yeah, the new redesign Riptor gives me like heavy Talon from Primal Rage vibes, and I'm all for it.
Hey, you missed, pal. Did you just teabag that bot?
I'm afraid your path ends here.
Camino termina aquí. Okay, there we go. I got it.
Perfect.
Vencedor.
All the music in this game, like all of it, aside from Riptor's theme, actually.
All the music except Sadira's theme?
No, eat
I
shit.
mean, that's just me.
No, you eat shit. You eat spider shit. Do spiders even shit?
I like the weirdly experimental nature of some of the more like weird music. So I appreciate it. Riptor's theme is just boring though, but there's also kind of a reason for that.
What, did Mick Gordon not mix it?
I heard a couple of different things. I heard, one thing I heard was that they wanted it to change at like the last minute. And another thing I heard is that he just lost the project file for whatever else he was making, and so like he had to just fill in. Either way, like he had to just boil something up at the last second. So,
Guess I can't blame him then.
because I remember there being like previews for like a different version of that theme, and
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, it was a lot more dubsteppy.
So these new characters,
Yeah, they came up with a lot of good original designs too. They're all
yeah,
good.
they still feel pretty Killer Instinct. Like you could probably imagine like a dude like this being in classic AI.
Yeah, but just looking a lot worse.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
thinking back
looking
on it
like
since
that.
I played fucking Fantasy Strike, like this is how you do a golem right.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Rook is just a dude made out of rocks, while this has like, you know, Greco-Roman influence, and he could do a lot of interesting things too.
It's not a particularly high bar to do designs better than Fantasy Strike.
It's true.
Right. I'm still wondering who designed those Fantasy Strike characters anyways. Because David Sutherland probably didn't do it himself, like Shaq Fu making... Shaq Fu making Shaq Fu, yes.
They were designed by John Sirloin.
Glacius, he's an alien.
Yeah, they definitely made him look a lot more alien-like. He is now a proper kind of zoner. He is not Kelvin, the rush-down Glacius that we should have gotten.
Yeah, they finally figured out what they wanted to do with Glacius. Only took them about what?
20 plus years.
Yeah, only took them almost like 19 years.
He's my boy in this game. Like, I fucking love playing this dude. Especially because he's like the second character or the third.
He's the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's technically the third, even though when the game did end up coming out, it launched with like 6 characters, and then Spinal and Fulgore came after the fact.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, this game started off on a weird note, but the model that they used, where it was like the game was free and then you could buy everybody else, actually kind of works. Because, like, unlike Fantasy Strike, you know, the rest of the game is free. It's just the characters that you have to buy.
Yeah.
I think it's a neat model. I'm surprised they don't do it more often.
Afraid your path
Yeah, it is. And people be like, oh no, how do we do free to play? Ooh. Fantasy Strike be like, you
If
can't
only
do
we had a
single-player modes.
If only we had a reference to work off of.
Yeah, Fantasy Strike is the game that everybody be looking for with rollback netcode. Meanwhile, this game is here. It has tools to learn. It's cool.
Like, fuck. It's just, you could just do League of Legends, but as fighting game. It's really not that hard. Like, there are other free-to-play games that do
Yeah,
that
you
shit,
could do
like,
the
right.
good part of League of Legends without all the shitty packaging of League of Legends. But we should talk about this game more.
We've got a long time to talk with this game, let's be fair.
Yeah! So this game also has... I also should say that Killer Instinct is a big influence on Battle Craze. Like, there are character unique, like, passives that everybody has.
Oh, yeah.
They have, like, unique combo traits, and then they just have, like, extra things that they could do.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of, okay, so you know how on YouTube when you, like, hover your, cursor over the thing, it'll sometimes, like, display, like, a preview at that, like, specific point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this particular video is as long as it is because this Killer Instinct has a long-ass fucking credit sequence. And
Oh!
it goes through the whole thing.
Twice.
No, not twice. It just goes through the whole thing.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
twice because
credits-
we're watching 2 videos.
Yeah, the full sequence of credits in this game, it's like it goes up to the whole thing I think is like 9 to 10 minutes.
Well, it starts at like 12 minutes left of the video, I
I'm
think.
afraid your path ends here.
I
Yeah,
think
but
we could skip it or at least like just watch it once.
Oh god, wait. That's like half the video. Oh my god. Anyway.
my point being, it's long.
It sure fucking is.
Yeah, because we're actually at the end, near the end of this arcade ladder. So yeah, they made Orchid a character.
Oh yeah, she's got like a design now.
Yeah,
Target spotted.
and she does this.
This should be quick.
I'll say there's like, I don't know if there's a lot of lore in the game, because of course I didn't really like focus on that too much, but everyone's kind of got like the one intro, the one win pose. No,
There's like a whole ass like backstory on everybody's page on the Killer Instinct website. I remember like Thunder driving his car into an Ultra Tech facility and just going crazy on everybody there because of the shit that they did to his brother.
As far as the in-game like stuff goes, like in-game there is sort of lore going on, but you really have to pay attention to notice it. And even then, like season 1 and 2 lore, it doesn't really matter all that much because some of it got retconned again with Shadow Lords. Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Yeah, that's what you get when you have different developers.
I'm afraid
I
your
mean,
path
the
ends
game at least stayed like consistently good.
Yeah, different developers and like 20 years of back lore to go off of.
Yeah, it's no Star Wars third trilogy.
It's no Star Wars Fourth Strike.
I was just sitting here trying to think of what Orchid's passive ability was. They're called combo traits.
It's something about her Rekka. Oh, I don't play Orchid. Also, I completely glossed over the musical ultras, which are like the greatest thing that no other fighting game can do.
Yeah, it's kind of specific to this game, really.
Orchid is also the only character that has like a air normal throw. I mean,
really?
there's also yeah. I mean, there's also Gargos, but that's more like a command throw.
Right, yeah.
He just grab you in the air.
Yeah, Orchid can grab you in the air, and it's a restand. And I'm pretty sure she can.
No,
combo
I
off
mean
of-
Gargos.
Oh, Gargos, yeah. He can do Devil's Divide in the air, but it's
Huh.
the Izuna drop.
They gave him an Azuna drop.
They did. Because Gargos wasn't much of a character before.
Yeah, he was just idle, but he had chapped lips. Now he doesn't have any lips.
To be fair, not like he needs them.
I'm afraid your path
I just
ends
love
here.
how much they did with the dynamic music. Where, like, it
Yeah,
actually gets
like-
more intense when the combo goes up.
Rare games, even if they have like different developers, they have one good thing consistent: good music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I feel like... Because this game didn't have, like, a lot of a budget, as far as I can tell.
It was a pretty shoestring production, even though that I definitely think it should have gotten a lot more support.
It should have, but I feel like they did a lot with little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
as
made
far as-
do with what they had, and I remember for like the cinematic stuff for Season 2's arcade and Shadow Lords, they couldn't make any new assets for like animations and stuff, so they really had to just like work with a camera and the animations they had. I think that Maximilian dude worked on this game, and
Yeah.
it was that part that he actually did, including
Yeah,
trailers.
he did the trailers, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Meanwhile, this Jago over here.
Yeah, they really love particle effects, which was also a thing in Killer Instinct. The originals, they love their particle effects.
This is a cool credit sequence, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
give
just
it
the
that.
AI going at it in the dark void, the astral plane before the astral plane.
One thing I noticed, like, on the subject of their budget, this game looks really damn good. Like, there's some stuff that you can tell is, like, on the lower budget side, like, just kind of, you know, the ending stuff just being in-game assets, but, like, the effects, like, the in-game stuff, is, like,
The
really
animations?
nice.
It's like I always have doubts about like American developers making fighting games, given Mortal Kombat is still kind of like the quote-unquote king of those, but Killer Instinct is like we understand how fighting game animations are supposed to work.
Yeah. Just
Like
look at these
MK11, yeah,
Yeah, like with Killer Instinct, they also knew like what makes a fun fighting game.
yeah.
NRS just kind of they forgot, they kind of remembered with X, and then they just forgot again.
But Killer Instinct just did a lot of, like, I don't say innovation, but it was just like, they just did a lot of weird stuff with it, and it was like, so we have this whole combo system, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
so instead of it just being, oh, you have a combo, it's basically like a giant, like, not even paper,
Game
rock,
of
scissors,
rock,
because
paper, scissors.
it's not even that, because you actually have, like, reasons for what you're doing. Like, everything, it's like, oh, you do light so you can get in, you know, some quick attacks, but they also don't do a lot of damage. You get in your heavies if you want big damage, but your opponent can read you, so it's, you know, a lot of, like, not guesswork, but you can read your opponent's moves, like, you can kind of get their patterns down, you know? And so
Yeah.
it's like a constant battle of, like, trying to mix up your own patterns and throw your opponent off. It's kind of like the mix-up game, but just even more crazy, and it's inside this combo system where you're actually constantly fighting, even whenever someone's doing a combo.
Yeah.
And then,
It's never like the issue of Marvel where you put your controller down and you die.
you have to,
It's more like you actively have to think. You have to pay attention to what your opponent does and learn up on your mistakes so you don't get killed.
Yep. And the thing is, you have to, a lot of this stuff is gamble too, so like if you go for a counter break and you don't get it, you get locked out, and then you get hit by big fucking damage, but at that point you can't do anything, but you can still pay attention to what your opponent's doing, and also they've kind of earned it at that point.
Yeah.
And then there are like the counter breaker, which is just
Yeah,
brilliant.
where you just be like, you know what? If you keep breaking my shit, then I'm just gonna break your shit.
I have to admit, I do recall at one point getting like 3 combo breakers in one combo against somebody.
Combo breaker.
Because it's
I'm
kind
still
of like,
remembering that. Like, I'm still remembering that one clip from like years back where like I broke I I was Arbiter, I broke your combo, like my grenade went off and
yeah,
the combo breaker like and the call out just kept overlapping for a few extra seconds.
yeah, it just like restarted and it was just like, and then I just like immediately grabbed you instead of getting damage stun for whatever reason. It was really weird.
I thought you were gonna bring up like Arbiter when he did like his command grab on me once, and then for some reason I was misaligned.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think that was with Rash.
Yeah, I was Rash. 'Cause
Yeah.
He's my main.
I remember that.
I need to find that image, and that should be the thumbnail of this video.
The thing is, I'm not sure which characters we're gonna see in like any other videos that we do, but yeah, they did crossover characters too. That was
Thanks,
a thing.
Aya. But I also found this.
Good file name.
But yeah, we got like both Microsoft and Rare crossovers, which was interesting
Yeah,
because you know this is the Microsoft thing now.
and they also ran out of Killer Instinct characters to make.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know,
Yeah, you were just like Battletoads because nobody's thought about this, and it might have led to that new Battletoads, which is okay. And then there was Arbiter using his shitty Halo 5 design, but you could just make him look like Halo 2 Arbiter. And then they put in General Rom, whose trailer is literally just him stabbing Jago and leaving. And I only know about this character because, again, my brother is a Gears of War shill.
I had no idea what the fuck he was. I'm just like, what?
He was like an antagonist who appeared in the first game. He died, and he only keeps coming back in like non-canon appearances because he's kind of popular.
Oh, like Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Pyramid Head, but he looks like a racist alien. I'm sorry, General Rom looks like a cop.
Anyway. But, like, I don't know, they came up with a lot of really cool designs for original characters, like movesets for these crossover characters that were really interesting. It's a good game.
It's real good. Just wish playing it with people was a viable option, like at all.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I might be having a unique problem. I don't know what's going on with me, but
I don't know what happened with fucking me. Sal DeVito? What?
I noticed
Oh yeah,
that.
Vita.
Like, I only played with, like, Melly and V, and then it, like, crashed on them. It didn't crash on me, it just crashed on them. I need to try it with, Aya again.
I also saw Dan Fornes a little while back in the credits.
Is Maximilian's last name really Christensen?
Is it? Huh.
I don't want to scroll back just to check, but Geralt Hoover, aka Omega Sparks.
Yeah, aka TJ Combo. But not.
Well, TJ Combo's rap. TJ Combo is voiced by a white dude. But it
Yeah.
checks out because Tusk is voiced by a black dude. Okay, enough about that. Let's
Still
talk
got
about Riptor
6
having
minutes
purple
to
drank
go.
blood.
Alright, yeah. I guess if anything else was going to carry over from GAD 1, I guess it would have to be the Purple Blood. It's an interesting choice. For certain.
Considering all their particle effects, it looks nice. Kind of adds some more flavor to the fight.
Yeah.
I still really love the story they told about balancing out Jago, where they had like that one example of like everyone's just like, this is too powerful. It was it the healing, I think?
It was the healing, and then they nerfed his wind kick, and then
Yep.
they complained, and then they stopped.
Yeah, because it's like you can't just say like, oh, this is too powerful, so it should go away. It's like stuff can be powerful. You just have to be careful about like what's actually making the character too good.
Yeah.
I like this game's balancing. Like, I don't think I should compare this to, like, a thing that isn't in its genre, but I still
Hello,
have
Matt
big
Booty.
issues of... Matt Booty's back! Matt Booty's back. Anyways, Overwatch's balance sucks.
Well, yeah, that kind of ruined that game, actually.
Yeah, it's like anytime there's like a fun exploit, they're like, no, gone. You want to be Doomfist but be anywhere? No, gone. Fucking, you like this version of Symmetra? No, gone. You like playing Torbjorn? No, gone.
Well, there's a huge problem where you got too many like factors at once, so you can't have any one of them be too good. But a fighting game's a lot different in that.
Yeah, and like you don't really like replace special moves in fighting games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you kind of can. I think this game actually did that at some point, but
I don't remember.
I could have sworn at some point they like completely changed somebody's move.
They like reworked Spinal's mechanic, but that was like a mechanic he had, and also Fulgore too.
Yeah, Season 3, they changed Fulgore's medium and heavy lasers.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
like full
medium.
screen
Yeah,
at one
medium
point?
used to be the full screen, and then heavy was an anti-air, and then season 3 they changed medium to be 2 shots, and then they made heavy the full screen laser.
Ah.
But yeah, this game I remember being fairly balanced. Like in terms of just like not being completely like having useless characters or one character dominate the meta. Although I do remember, like at least for a while, there was a couple of really powerful characters. I think Saberwolf was like stupid good. If I remember.
Saberwolf and Sidira, I think.
Yeah, that's right. It was all a lot of
Sidira was
Sidera.
actually good.
Yeah, she was
Season
absurd at
1.
some point. Has someone been playing this the entire time, or is this just like
Bots.
this?
No, this is just the AI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It would be interesting if it were like interactable credits. Like, for some reason, the only two examples I can think of are Rayman Origins and Legends and the Billion Mandy Power Stone knockoff.
Street Fighter EX also had, well, one of them. I think one of the Street Fighter EX also had like
Street Fighter EX3.
yeah, a bonus game in the credits.
We can't put it in the loading screen because Namco's got a patent on that one.
And they never used it again.
I love Riptor's combos, just like knocking people in the air and then pulling them to the ground and just bouncing them. She was a goofy one. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Riptor's a character that I can never really use. It's like, I am most comfortable with Rash, although, other characters that I kinda use are Thunder, the, good new Thunder, Omen, and Kilgore.
Yeah, this Killer Instinct is just like, it's the one fighting game where like I'm not comfortable with just one or two, like, because everyone's so goddamn fun to play.
It's one of those games where I feel like if there's a character that I'm not very good at, or I don't like playing them, that's a good thing because it means they're really unique. It's like everybody has like a gimmick, almost.
Oh yeah, I've been trying to learn Tusk too.
Oh god, Tusk, yeah.
If I really had to like narrow down 2 characters in the roster, that'd probably have to be a Fulgore and Idol for me.
Idol's fucking bonkers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, Idol.
Havoc Engine, really?
Idol's the rudest fucking boy in Killer Instinct, and I love him.
He'd be like, I serve no one, and he beats Conrad to death.
And he just smacks himself in the face.
He just smacks him really fast, like in that YouTube poop.
Oh yeah, Aria, where they had like they designed like a MVC character, where it's like I have 3 life bars instead of 2, and also assists.
She's weird.
I fucking love playing Aria. That shit was great.
I also don't like listening to her theme because it gives me tinnitus.
You have bad taste, damn.
So you have bad taste!
Gonna end on that note right there.
Fire Flash!
Are these the only 2 characters this people own?
I think Jago's free, and then he bought Cinder.
Wow,
After
alright.
10 years in Special Forces, Ben Ferris decided
Well, I
it
mean,
was
the
time
upload
for a
date
raise.
was like
So he went where the money is.
2016.
Corporate
I
espionage.
imagine he
The only thing bigger than his ego
did the
was his
Shadow
talent.
Wars
And before
tutorial to
long, he
unlock
landed a
Jaco.
contract on the world's most
So
powerful
what
company.
Either
character
that or he
model
might have been
is
Finally
pre-Cinder
met his
Cinder?
Aria destroyed Ben's frail body.
Oh right,
Because
yeah,
she could
this
see that his
is
skills
a
were
model that's
valuable.
just only
Ben was
existed for
submitted
that
to an
one
experimental
cutscene.
program called Project Cinder.
Progetto
Using
Cinder.
alien DNA, Ben's genetic code was altered
Ow,
permanently,
stop that.
turning him into a being of pure, uncontrollable plasma energy.
He looks like a Bionicle.
Aria constructed a suit that allows Ben to control his power and unleash it at will.
No, he actually looks cool.
Ultratech has
Oh,
improved on perfection. Making Ben
I
Yeah.
didn't say looking like a Bionicle was bad.
Arya allows him to show off his skills
I did.
to the whole world.
Woo! I'm just being cheeky.
Ultra Tech exposed!
Nightmare genetic experiments leaked.
And
What is
then
Arya
Cinder's-
thinking?
I didn't notice that.
So this character is
Bonkers.
Target
graphically
spotted.
intensive.
Yeah, that's why they had him for the PC graphics
This
test.
should be quick.
Oh yeah, you fight 2 Cinders for that, or you see 2 Cinders fighting for that.
Yeah.
2 Cinders on Kim Woo's stage. Like, I don't entirely understand that one, because I remember...
Wasn't it Arbiter stage? Because there's like
Yeah.
a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, the benchmark test used to be Arbiters, but then they changed it to Kim Woo's at some point.
Like, this one was badly compiled, so this works. I don't know, it's weird.
They changed this fireball into beast cannon.
He's all, yeah, this dude's actually really fun to play too. He's got beast cannon, just a bunch of like flamethrowers and shit.
He's got sticky bombs.
He's got like a crazy like air combo. Like some people have some restand stuff where like you can kind of like do something to them in the air and then they just land on the ground standing and you just do a ground combo.
Yeah.
Don't get killed by them, or else their ultra combo is gonna last like 5 minutes.
The Cinder in this game is just it's Mr. Rushdown.
Oh yeah, right. He also has that thing. If he has like that burn ender, that inferno ender, then like your parts of your body will just like ignite.
Oh. Yeah, it's like your arms or your legs will ignite, and if you press those buttons, either punch or kick, then it like just it resets their timer, and you just keep taking potential damage.
That's evil.
Yeah.
They gave it to this character.
But I mean, Cinder's a dick, so it fits.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everybody in this game is fucking ridiculous. Like everybody, they're all fucking crazy.
Cinder, look behind you.
Ah!
Cinder. Cinder.
Oh my god, Cinder, watch out!
He's got AirPods. Oh no.
So
How,
this,
how does he even hear if he's made out of plasma?
I mean, how does Spinal hear when he has no ears?
Cthulhu magic.
So this is the design they did. Like, they
Yeah.
took the most boring-ass thing I could imagine,
And
and,
they just made him look like a shipwreck with a Cthulhu shield, and it's great.
like, I mean, I like the, the Spinal laugh and all, but that design was just, like, nothing. It was a skeleton.
Funny
Yeah.
bones!
Death row.
I also like how his, like, eyeballs are just, like, spheres that float in his sockets.
One.
1, 2, 3! Combo breaker!
I'll have one!
Can you get a fucking, one?
I want the Killer Instinct announcer to order fast food.
What is it?
What?
Can we see Conra in this playthrough, because he's a funny dude, too?
Yeah, I want to
I
see,
don't know
like,
why,
everybody.
for the longest time, he was just like an in-joke within the gal zone.
Because he's stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because, like, in the lore, he's like, I am going to open this portal, and then Shadow Lords happen.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up idle, and then he gets beaten to death, because he's a fucking...
I like
Idiot.
that whenever he was getting introduced, it was just like, oh, here it is, Conra. He's not a mummy.
He's a fucking mummy!
He's not a mummy. He's not from Egypt. He's not a mummy. He was not
I
mummified.
mean, he's definitely not from Egypt, but he is definitely a mummy.
That was a weird thing. It's just like, oh, he's, got this whole, basically the mummy motif, but he's just a dude with a bunch of fucking bandages. I don't know.
Oh. Mesopotamians.
He's not a mummy, he's just a guy who decided not to die after thousands of years.
Yeah, just like Wario.
Yeah, Conra is the Wario of Killer Instinct.
Cinder's
Oh my
being like,
God.
so you're gonna make me watch Rings again? That movie was shit.
So yeah, they did this. This was great.
Yeah, Misako be like, they categorized her as like a pseudo grappler or like a hybrid grappler
She's a grappler counter character with Rekkas.
with high-low mix-up rekkas.
Well, that's the thing. It's like this is the kind of game where you already have like crazy combos, and then like adding Rekkas to it is like, why?
Yeah.
There's also she's got the slowest movement speed, but she could just teleport.
Yeah, and she has like a really quick dash anyways. Oh yeah, I remember seeing a video on them and the sound effects behind this game, and like Hisako's bone breaking is just them smashing any vegetable they can find.
Sounds about right.
And also like Cinder's pyro bombs were like, they like just waved around things on fire, but they also filled like water bottles with gasoline and made them pop, and that's the sound effect of Cinder's pyro bomb.
Jesus.
Huh.
I just wanted to point out the when they did season 3, they got a new artist for the music because Mick Gordon was doing something. I forget. Was he
Mick
doing
Gordon got, Mick Gordon left Killer Instinct because I think he got signed on to Doom.
the first like Doom 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Doom 2016.
yeah. And then they hired on 2 other guys to do the music, and one of them was a guy I was already a huge fan of, so that was nice.
Cell Dweller or Atlas Plug?
Cell Dweller. I have no idea what Atlas Plugged is, but he seems alright.
Oh,
fuck this.
what the hell are you doing?
I need it.
Lista de comandos!
Trailblazer.
Instinto.
Alrighty then, this is happening.
Medio te pausa.
That was another thing, they didn't mention it in the documentary, which I felt a little sad about, which is the, Cell Dweller and Atlas Plug did, like, videos talking about them making the music, and some of them were just really fucking silly. It's like, one of them was, like for the Idol one, they were, like, giving each other shit.
What did that notification say?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
I think it might have been a controller
Yeah, even Cinder's like, what
disconnected.
the fuck?
I
What
think
does
it
that
might.
say?
I think it might have been a controller disconnected message, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, all of these Fulgor's controllers just got disconnected. What about those Season 3 bonus characters? Shin, Sako, Kilgore, Eagle?
I like them, aside from Shinosako. Like, that one, no. I don't like that one.
Oh, so we got Fulgor with guns, Hisako but nothing, and an actual legacy character. That was like really cool.
Yeah, Eagle's
Yeah.
just legit. Kilgore is just like we reuse animations, but we made like a really unique character out of it in terms of gameplay. I mean, it's just like that fucking super robot aside from that, but you know, I can roll with that. And then Shinosako is just like, what if Asako was not good and her theme was garbage? That was like the only song in the game, in this entire game, I do not like. Like, the rest of it is fucking like great, aside from like Rip Towards being just kind of meh. But Shinosako was just like, this doesn't sound good. What happened?
Yeah.
But you know,
Kilgore is a very interesting character.
I like Kilgore. He's actually
Yeah.
one I really like playing.
Fucking-
I definitely like Kilgore, but he's a pretty big brain for me to like play effectively compared to Fulgor. So
You ever turn off your brain? That's how I feel when I play Fantasy Strike. Heyo!
if I want to turn off my brain, I'll just play Idle.
This
No,
game-
you only have to turn off one half of your brain, and then when you go instant,
Whoa,
you just
oh,
turn
wow,
off the rest
rude.
of it.
Well, Fulgor being a rude boy over here.
Yeah, he gave him the middle finger.
It was the AI taunting. What the fuck? I was just
Oh yeah,
noticing-
this game also has one thing that most modern fighting games still don't have: taunts. Have you noticed that a lot of modern fighting games just don't have taunts anymore, or they're like weird inputs like Street Fighter 5? I still don't know how to taunt in Street Fighter 5.
It's like Was it 3 punches? Oh no, it's all 6 buttons. Never mind. I just hit the two all 3 buttons, like 3 punches, 3 kicks.
I can't fucking do that on keyboard.
I can. I do it.
Fuck you looking at?
You bind 3 punches, 3 kicks to 2 different buttons and press those 2 buttons.
No, I need my binds for throws and craze techniques. Yeah, I forgot what they were called. V skills.
I was gonna mention this game actually did V triggers before.
V triggers, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were a lot more reasonable. Where like most early V triggers were just the win button.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah, it's not like Overwatch.
But they do have the thing where it's like the kind of combo cancel, which is part of an inspiration for a thing that we might or may not have put in Battle Cries. But anyway, it's like you go into a different mode, but you also like cancel your whatever you're doing. You can do it in the air in this game too, which is pretty rad.
I think Cinder's the only person who can instinct in the air.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I thought some people could,
Because-
but yeah, I guess it would just be him.
Sick! I'm fucking sick! I need a doctor! Oh yeah, this Cinder is the voice of Roy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense because they're both hot-headed fire boys, although Roy is a lot more, like, angry in battle, but then when it's end, it's like, that was a fierce battle.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disconnect there. Whereas Cinder is just permanently Cinder.
Yeah, he's a fucking jackass. This is Cinder, and welcome to Jackass.
I remember his trailer. I actually kind of wish we were watching some of those. Because some of the character trailers are pretty great.
Is that the best you got, Ultra Tech?
Mr. Fist.
More funny images.
Oh god, yeah. Who says stuff like that?
Thunder's here, I guess. So let's talk about Thunder and how much better he is.
I think we
Even
did
though
that
that the
already.
Nez Pairs were like, can we do this one again? And they were like, sure.
I do, yeah, it was just like, this is better, but, we could do more. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay.
And then they did it. They fucking did it. The only gripe that I have is that I wish he had more than 2 colors.
Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of a...
And also they did Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of his retro cosmetics are in the Nez Perce language, and I cannot pronounce any of them because I'm a fucking cracker.
I do notice that, like, whenever they came out, like, a lot of people... There was some people in the comments actually talking about, like, like, I know this language, and it's, like, really, really nice. Like, it makes me really happy to see it in a game. And it's like, that's really cool, you know?
Yeah!
Yeah.
You don't get that kind of thing in games, like, something specific like the Native American languages, you know?
Yeah! Just like, stuff like this I really appreciate. It's like, I feel like when it comes to, like, representation, people are definitely, like, trying to reach from the wrong hand to bite from. Big corporations.
Thunder is also the only character in this game voiced by any of the original members from the first 2 games.
It is Ken Lobb, however, he got direction for speaking the Nez Perce language.
Oh, that was him
Yeah.
doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is Ken Lobb.
I didn't know he was still doing it. That's great.
Yeah, they brought him on for consulting for making this game.
To be fair, I guess there's not a lot of dialogue in this game, so doing that probably didn't take a lot of effort, but they at least went to the effort to get the language correct.
During the Cinder experiments, Ben's DNA was combined with alien DNA.
Cinder
stolen
double
from
cheeked up
Glacius.
on a Thursday
From the
afternoon.
painful procedures that followed, a superior creation arose. But Glacius doesn't see Cinder as a superior. Glacius is furious with Arya for exploiting his DNA.
Wait, is this
and
supposed to
creating
be a
Cinder,
still image?
Bastardization of the alien's race. Cinder is
Um?
left with no option. If Glacius will not see
I don't
that
think it
Cinder
was
is
supposed to be.
superior, a demonstration is required.
Oops.
Yeah, I feel like there was supposed to be something more there. But nah, just have more ass.
Yeah, just have Cinder's flaming hot ass.
What? You
I mean,
these
that
two are
in like the
rivals?
term that it's literally. Yeah, because you know the Fire and Ice dude.
I never
And then
would
they're
have
going to
guessed.
have a baby, and that'll be Gil in Street Fighter V.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know how Glacius's like physiology works. He could give babies, but I do know that like Glacius isn't even like supposed to be like always ice. Just that his DNA is like fucking weird.
Question: Why
Yes.
are we Why are we debating the possibility of Glacius reproducing?
Oh, that's all Janice. I'm not saying shit. I just like
Yeah, I noticed Calexa was oddly silent during that whole debacle.
I just let her go sometimes. I can't control her.
Dark Janice rises.
So I'm just caught up in this wonderful gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other like characters haven't we talked about that are worth talking about?
Mira. That was a
Mira-
mistake.
Mira be like, I'm just Carmine from Under Night, but
Well, it's like, okay, so we have this vampire lady. She was like, was she Romanian or what was she?
I think she was Maya's sister, but then she became white when she became a vampire, which is not how that works.
Yeah, but it's like, what? Oh yeah, she had like she had an accent. I'm not gonna guess what because I'm bad at that kind of shit. But she
Have
definitely
you confessed your sins?
like she definitely had an accent. And then it's like, oh, she's Maya's sister, who's like, she's an Amazon. Like, were they not raised together? Like, what happened?
Surrogate babies?
I think the whole thing with that was like when she became like part of the. I think that was all. That was more like when she became part of the Covenant or whatever it is. I don't know. It's dumb. I'm not gonna try fielding a guess. Yeah, they're like, oh, she's my sister, but like she speaks Russian. Like, okay.
Yeah, your weird, estranged Russian vampire sister who is now white.
I maybe should have held my praise for all of the character designs when I remember, like, I never really liked Sadira that much. Like, I think she's kind of cool, but then it's just like, oh, she doesn't have pants. It's like,
Sadira's a weird bag, because
yeah.
she's like the only original character when it was season 1 with like double helix at the helm. And she also has this, like, this weird thing where like her eyes are on fire, like her like irises are just like this fire and they never explain it.
It's like from the waist up, it's a good design, and then from the waist down, it's in K. Which is funny because I remember hearing at one point she used to have like a mask, and they got rid of
Yeah.
it because everyone was just like, it's an MK ripoff. And it's like, that, no, you guys are dumb. But like,
Yeah, people in this pandemic be ripping off Mortal Kombat.
it's more like, it's like, that's not the thing that reminds me of Mortal Kombat. What reminds me of Mortal Kombat is just the bad design of the outfit. Like the lower half. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Insane to the membrane!
She's like an assassin spider woman? I don't know. Don't care for this design much. She's cool though. Like playing her.
Let's talk about how they put Rash in a fighting game.
Yeah, they put Rash and made a bunch of silly references.
He said these cameos are killing me, and then he ended up in a game.
I think he was already in a game, but I could be wrong
I mean,
with that.
he ended up getting a game after so long.
And then, oh yeah, this is also the same game where Rash stole Banjo's pants and killed Conker.
Oh
Thank
yeah!
God for the latter.
I really thought that, I'm sorry to say this, but I
Cinder
really
has
thought
proven
that
himself
Banjo was gonna
Arya's
make it into
strongest
Killer
lieutenant.
Instinct.
And Arya entrusts
That
him.
wouldn't have happened.
I remember that because like you were
Will be
you
at
were
Arya's
teasing
side
me
as
about
the
that
world
for
falls under
some
Ultra's
time, and then
protection.
the Evo
But standing
reveal
over his
idol.
old ally,
Yeah.
Cinder realizes that
I like
someday
couldn't stay up for that
Arya
because
might
they
deem
ate up
him
so much
obsolete as
time
well.
playing
The
Puckin'
thought
Tournament.
amuses him.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
Christ.
fucking,
But she cannot stop
that
the
was
sun
that
from
was
rising.
an ordeal.
Yeah.
It went on for so fucking long. I couldn't even be hyped for Idol properly because people were already asleep by that point.
Well, these are some characters. All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Arbitor!
Arbitro.
I'm glad Pokken never fucking made main stage again after that. Jesus.
I'm glad
Okay,
people
do we,
kind of
like-
forget that one. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just.
So yeah, this is Shadow Lords, the single-player mode that they added to Killer Instinct.
I didn't play enough, but it seemed really neat.
It was pretty neat.
It was neat for a time, and then I kind of just forgot about it.
I wouldn't mind revisiting it for like a stream thing.
It was a good on them to make like a really unique single-player experience that wasn't just like,
A story mode.
yeah, here's a story. It's like, no, it's something, all right.
I mean,
like,
this
yeah,
also has a story, and you can make Rash being here canon.
Yeah, this is Shadow Lords is essentially like fighting game XCOM, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. It's got a lot of strategy to it.
Yeah.
I guess I want to talk about the bosses, Gargos and Idol, because I don't think we talked about them enough. This is a design that's good.
Yeah,
Like they did
yeah.
a lot with a really bad design in both counts.
I like the retro one because it just makes him look like
That's
I
actually
don't know. He's just fucking goofy.
that's the thing. They actually have a retro costume for every character, including people who aren't from old games, and
It's really neat,
yeah, they all look really great, honestly.
and you could also customize them too.
Idol's retro pieces are really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, I really like Idol's retros. Like, they're probably like my favorite custom pieces in the game, honestly.
So, like I think this is Jago's retro, and it's one of the things like
Oh
it's
yeah,
not. Oh god.
yeah. You can give them like the whole Megazord shit and like a Keyblade, like a key, fucking a
Keytar.
a Keytar sword.
A Keyblade?
I forgot the name.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a Keyblade. I mean, why not? Oh yeah, also Gargos is a dick. Fuck this guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they gave him like a lot of shit. Like,
A
he
ton
can
of
just
moves.
dash behind you, and for some reason he says stone flesh when he does it.
He can punch you at anywhere on the screen, just anywhere. It's
He
like
can summon
Dualon
both
on
of his
crack.
minions in his fight at the same time. He
Oh,
has
yeah.
Kill's Resurrection, and it has an explosion.
He can follow up his medium like grounded spinning thing. Like he can follow that up into the air thing, and then he can just combo off that.
He has a Smash Brothers grab system, where he like grabs you and then pummels you, and they can choose where to throw you.
Yeah.
He can suck your soul out. That's
Yeah.
a button.
Oh, yeah,
here
Shadow
comes the
Lord-
Hercules minions.
Yeah, Shadow Lord's Gargos, he also summons both of his minions at once.
Also, he always has like a random buff.
Oh.
In Shadow Lords, you're usually supposed to like lure out the omens, so you debuff Gargos. But if you try to fight Gargos like without debuffing him, then he's just absurd.
Yeah, you try and fight Gargos without any debuffs, you're gonna die.
Doesn't he also have like a buff that's just like Shadow Lord, and the only text it just says, "You will now feel the power of a Shadow Lord."
I mean, I think that's just his thing by default. But I know, like, if you beat him on like the higher difficulties, you can actually get that Shadow Lord item, and it like gives you specific buffs for like the whole run. I want to say.
Oh, so it's like Galeem and Darkon spirits in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah. Only thing with that though is that the Shadow Lord item is finite in comparison to the spirits.
So you can like only use it like a limited amount of times, where spirits you could just use as long as you have them.
Yeah.
And then there was Idol, who was just like a dorky two-headed demon guy, or what do you call him? Ogre? Yeah, he's like
His head got split in half by Gargos.
yeah,
And
he's a guy
then
with
it gave him literal split personality.
he's got a guy with like a head split in half, which gives him like two different heads, and whenever one is awake, it completely changes his gameplay style from a rushdown melee guy to a fucking crazy zoner.
Yeah.
And he switches modes at like random, and you can influence by just punching yourself in the head.
Let me open my loot box.
Anyway, let Gargos just explode into loot there.
He exploded into piss. So yeah, Idol is like bonkers.
Just
Yeah.
good shit.
Idol is off the fucking shits. And then some.
I feel like one of the designs they like changed the most was Kim Woo, because
Yeah.
like she became like I don't think she's a teenager, but she has that kind of like young mentality where she's like just kind of a brat.
College fashion student.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Gargos. Oh, okay. I thought we were fighting him again.
And then Japes, it's Gargos again.
Oh crap!
You have defeated the Shadow Lord. Gargos's body cannot contain the life forces.
Also, his wind pose is the fucking best.
They fly
Gargos?
seeking
Yeah,
new
yeah.
bodies to inhabit.
Yeah.
Embrace
Hell
the
yeah.
shadow energy.
That was funny. Like later on, they had
Man,
some
I
pretty
love
like
paladins.
some pretty like verbose wind poses, but like Jagos is just like your path ends here, bye. Just like it's just one. He gets the one thing in and just turns. It's like that's it.
Stay tuned for updates, and they never can. Okay, to be fair, this mode did get updated a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
it got like updated later, like after Idol came out, to add him to that mode where you could unlock him through like some other subquest.
I think they allowed you to play as Kilgore early through Shadow Lords too, if you did specific things.
Oh yeah, they did.
I
yeah.
was never able to actually get that.
And then when they did the whole Shadow Lad thing, they also added that to Shadow Lords. But like the thing with that is, I hardly ever saw any shadows after like my first playthrough after that update.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a really neat idea, but it kind of just fell off the mark for me after a few playthroughs.
It might be worth a look back.
I like you can get a really smelly looking skin for everybody. Where they're all like
Yeah.
Oh,
green
yeah.
and covered in green smoke, so they look like they stink a lot.
Little purple smoke.
Arya was just like a really gross robot, and I'm just like, hey, I'm rad, great, good.
Yeah,
game.
some of the yeah. Some of those mimic and shadow palettes, like some characters like look way better with those palettes than some others did.
Yeah. Remember Rash was just like, oh, I'm still green. Now I just kind of smell bad.
Yeah.
Omen's just like, oh, I'm gonna stink all over you. Omen was a dick of a character. I didn't even really get into that. Where like he was all like just like rehashed animations, but he had some wild moves. Like he could rapidly kick projectiles or some shit.
Also where he had random projectiles.
Yeah, oh yeah, like just all these random stuff that just flies all over the place.
He was a Faust function done right.
Yeah. I don't think Faust is exactly done badly, but
No, I'm just referring to like taking an idea from something but making it not as blatant as like Lum Fantasy Strike. Also, Omen's Ultra combo doesn't even work.
I remember Kilgore's at least for a while didn't work properly.
The season 3 plus characters Ultras are so bad.